Hello everyone and welcome to the Fried Eggplant channel where we read stuff and react to it. For this video, we will delve into r/AskReddit and look at the answers internet users have provided for some of the questions also provided by internet users. I will also provide my own answer at the end, and if you like this content, please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting on what you think. Without further ado, let us begin. First question. Married people of Reddit, how did you meet your current partner? First answer from the Bacchus. Doing chest compressions on a patient during a code, and she walked in during the code to draw labs. I looked up and saw her, thought to myself, wow, she's pretty. How do I go about talking to her? Not really a good situation to ask for someone's number. She left. Code ended. Shift finished. Got my wing lady coworker to ask for her number the next day because they worked the same shift. Ironically, I was considering quitting the facility at the time but decided not to. Best decision of my life. Those types of coincidences do really have their effects, huh? These kinds of coincidences. If I have quit, I wouldn't have met her. I really like those coincidences. Okay, next from Winterborn. I won her in a contest. Not when we first met. We dated after high school for a while, then drifted apart. Much later on, I moved to the city she lived in for work. We kept in touch casually but infrequently. There was a radio call-in contest to win tickets to see the Killers at a local venue. I called in and I won them. None of my friends wanted to go, but I knew she likes them. So I asked her to go and she said yes. We went and had a great time. Now the contest I won was part of a bigger contest to win a trip to Vegas to see them at the Mandalay Bay with VIP passes and an after party with the band, also an Xbox and some games and spending money. Well, I won that drawing too. So the day I found out I won, I asked her if she wanted to go. She said yes. We went and had a great time, resumed dating, and now we're married with 6-year-old children. So yeah, I won my wife in a radio contest. Like, rekindling. Okay, the concept of rekindling is really a very underrated thing when it comes to romance dramas and anime. And I can say for sure that these types of stories, rekindling, where an ex-lover becomes your lover again and becomes married in the future, like it just has that kind of good spark into it. Know what I mean? Next answer by Patchwork Death. Met in kindergarten. I moved away because military family and found her again in college. A few years after college, we got together and have been together for almost 15 years now. Sometimes, the one for you is someone you have met back when you were a child. You know what makes these types of stories better? Childhood friends. Next answer from Cool Bryce. She was my brother's first girlfriend in middle school. He passed away at 18, they hadn't been together in years, and we reconnected as friends on the 5th anniversary of his death. She moved back to our hometown a year later, we started dating, and 2 kids later, we got married. I love her incredibly, and I am so happy to have created a nice family out of the worst experience of my life. Next answer from Prairie Voice. Grade 11 math class. She needed a tutor and I had some free time. Together 18 years and counting. That's so unfair. You know, I tutored some of my classmates too, but why don't I have a GF right now? The next answer comes from a user whose name I cannot pronounce. She got her bike stolen by an ex. Went to her nearest shop, hated the service, called the operator. This was in 1991, who recommended another store, mine. She called, I answered, she sounded nice. She said she'd come in as we sold the brand of bike she got stolen. I was working in the back and heard a familiar voice, poked my hand around in the corner. She was tall, tanned, fit, and pretty. I went out, told my body I had this, as I talked to her already. We clicked, flirted. I went as far as calling her place to ask about a color of a bike computer. I did this to see if a guy would answer. Nope, the world would be different if she had a dude roommate. She came in a few days later, a Friday. I asked to help take her bike to the car. She said no because of the rain. I insisted. She said sure, chatted. Said we should go out sometime. She said, how about tomorrow? I walked in with her phone number, hand held high. That was 32 years ago, been married for 30 years. This past April. Smooth. Okay, since I am not married myself, I will not answer, but in the future, I do hope that I will be able to do so. Next question. What tastes better a little burnt? An answer by equivalent usual says barbecued corn on the cob. Asparagus, Brussels sprouts, and zucchini are all great seared in a hot pan with a little olive oil and a bit of lid covered steam finish. I couldn't agree more. Like, anything barbecued is better. A little burnt, a little seared, it just gives that much more flavor that very irresistible. Next answer by inconsistent death. Brussels sprouts are teeth out of this world with a little crisp on it. So Brussels sprouts. Like, I have heard some time ago that Gordon Ramsay himself would not eat Brussels sprouts unless he himself has cooked it. So it seems to me that Brussels sprouts is notorious for having a really bad taste, but sadly I don't think I have eaten Brussels sprouts before, and to be honest, I am looking forward to eating it at least once. Next, hot dog. Yep, you heard it right. Hot dog. For me, especially when it is fried hot dog, I tend to burn it a little because it gives that crispy skin that makes it more delectable. Sadly, it cools down rather very quickly, so if I do not eat it before it cools, it becomes soggy and bad, and I don't want to eat it as much anymore. Next answer, pizza and toast. Yep, especially on the toast part, I like it when toast has some black into it because it makes it, like what I said earlier, crunchy. And that crunch makes it even more better, especially with the butter. I feel drooling just talking about it. Next is marshmallows. So I haven't tried marshmallows that much before, but yes, it is very good. So a reply, I remember that study that hit every major news network that said burning the marshmallows when roasting them on the fire creates carcinogens. Yeah, but you science, it's delicious. Another reply, burning practically anything creates carcinogens, marshmallows, wood, meat, whatever. Perhaps burning pure hydrogen is an exception, but smoke of any kind is carcinogenic to some degree. Don't care. Next answer from Bowcaster. Eggplant. I was planning on answering this, but it seems that I have found a comrade. Well, a reply by me, yes. For me, especially when it's simply fried to a crisp, slightly above golden brown with a little bit of blackness, because once again, it makes everything more crunchy. And with the case of an eggplant, the skin becomes crunchy, but the middle remains soft. Sadly, when eggplants become cool, that crispiness quickly diminishes, so eat it while it's hot. And lastly, for my own answer, since someone else already said eggplant, I would say fried fish. I eat fried fish on a regular basis, and I cannot stand if it's just cooked. I usually return it to the frying pan to give it a bit of crisp. After all that crispy skin, no matter the species, is something I look forward to eating. So what have we learned in this question? Well, anything a little bit burned most likely becomes a little bit more crunchy, which makes it better. Thank you so much for listening to this video. If you would like more future content, please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting on what you think. I'll see you in the next video.